I still recall the taste of your tears, echoing your voice just like the ringing in my ears. My favorite dreams of you still wash ashore, scraping through my head till I don't wanna sleep anymore. Will you make this all go away? You make this all go away. I'm down to just one thing, and I'm starting to scare myself. You make this all go away. You make this all go away. I just want something. I just want something I can never have. You always were the one to show me how. Well, back then I couldn't do the things that I can do now. This thing is slowly taking me apart. Gray would be the color if I had a heart. Come on and tell me you make this all go away. You make this all go away. I'm down to just one thing, and I'm starting to scare myself. Will you make this all go away? You make this all go away. I just want something. Well, I just want something I can never have. In this place feels like such a shame. Though it all looks different now, I know it's still the same. Everywhere I look, you're all I see. Just a fading fucking reminder of who I used to be. Come on and tell me you make this all go away. You make this all go away. I'm down to just one thing, and I'm starting to scare myself. You make this all go away. You make this all go away. I just want something. I just want something I can never have. I just want something I can never have. My name's Gravity Groove. I'm your long-suffering host. Welcome to Not Safe for Work Runeterra. That was 9 Inch Nails. Something I Can Never Have, which is a song about me and Master's Rank. Which, due to what can only be described as chronically enfeebled bad luck, I have gotten to plat rank 1 80 3 times this season, and then gone almost all the way or all the way to the floor of platinum. I feel a little bad about this because as viewers, you have small windows into streamers' lives, and their rank is a rough indicator of their performance. And for me to have been playing this long and understand the decks and matchups as well as I do, to the point where I understand the composition of virtually every matchup, and still be performing this poorly, is a little disappointing to me and to those who really would like to see me catch a break once in a while. But unfortunately, the best of one matchup design of Runeterra doesn't really allow for skill expression other than in minute amount. So for someone who has overwhelmingly poor luck, such as I do, I feel as though the primary thing that has caused us to repeatedly plummet is we lose the matchup roulette. And what is matchup roulette? Let me tell you. Matchup roulette is a thing that Magic players have talked about when they go to modern tournaments, because there are so many potential decks that are just absolutely punishing for the deck you're piloting, and they're just auto losses. At least game one is an auto loss. This is why sideboards exist in Magic, so that when you run into your bad matchup via matchup roulette, you have a chance game 2 and 3 with your sideboard to mitigate the weakness of the deck and have a game that might be skill-based. Because Runeterra has no best of 3, because Runeterra does not have sideboards, when you lose matchup roulette, you just get punished. There's no chance for recovery, there's no skill expression, there's no mitigating it, you just eat shit. If I'm playing an aggro deck, and my skill roulette leads me into an anti-aggro meta deck, such as Keg Control or Pirate Burn, which is primarily beating me with Twisted Fates and Make It Rains to kill all my 2-1s and 2-2s and 3-2s while they burn me out, those are matches that are very, very hard to win for me as the aggro player. Similarly, the War Mother's deck that is just 3 Icequakes, 3 Avalanches, mono removal. Those are matchups that you're like 20% to win. You're losing matchup roulette. And after a while, you switch off to a different deck. And then you're playing matchup roulette again. So you pick War Mothers, and you end up matched up against the Lee Sin player who's got 3 denies in the main. Like, you've just lost matchup roulette. And now the game you're going to play, there's a small chance you can win, but you and I both know that chance is infinitesimal. I think I pronounced that right. And it just feels bad because you can't do anything to mitigate the bad matchups. You can try to play decks with as few bad matchups as possible, but still that doesn't get you out of the situation you're in, that being matched up against decks that are extremely unfavorable or extremely favored to win against you feels like you have your hands tied behind your back. And that's not a good way to encourage people to continue to play, to continue to engage with your product. It's a bad design element, and I think it can eventually be worked out. The format is fairly balanced. It's not tremendously unbalanced. There are minor issues here and there, but they really do need to offer a best of 3 option and consider if sideboarding is going to be a feature of this game. Because I, as a player, do not want to continue to engage with a product where I can get my hard-fought, 19 wins, and then I can go on a matchup roulette tear where I flip, and miss the call and flip and miss the call and flip and miss the call and flip and miss the call fucking 10 times, where I'm all the way back at the bottom without a single goddamn misplay. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel balanced. It doesn't feel like we're expressing our skill in the game when the results go this poorly. So I just wanted to get that off my chest because it does bum me out a lot. And while I like this game a lot, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue to engage with it long term as a result of it making me feel like I'm beating my head against a brick wall. It doesn't seem to matter how good I am or what deck I use if I'm unlucky in how the matchup roulette wheel spins. I can never progress. And we're going to be playing an old deck today. We haven't played on the stream in a long time. This is Frostbite midrange. Very, very little has changed about this deck over time. 2 Harsh Winds, 2 Reckonings, 2 Shishwanis. Some people use 3. 3 Babbling Bjergs. There is some argument to be made for slightly different cards in this setup. Some don't use Glory Seeker anymore because they feel as though the 1 toughness stat line is a liability. I do understand that. Some are using Sentry here instead, which is a reasonable change, and we may make that eventually. But it doesn't. Sentry doesn't apply pressure. Sentry doesn't also give us a way to potentially kill problem targets. So for now, I'm going with the old standby. This deck used to have 3 elixirs and 2 brittle steels, or 3 and 2. We're trying 2 brittle steels and 3 troll chants, because troll chant has a much higher ceiling and the potential to really blow out combat by protecting 2 of your creatures. We are trying Culling Strike, of course, because Culling Strike and our various freeze effects kills virtually anything in the format, as well as being good in a format where people are playing a lot of Tarek and Lee Sin. This deck, of course, loses to War Mothers the same as every other deck does, and it also has a bit of a rough time against Trundle Asol, because those decks are mono removal, and your deck is mono things to remove. The matchups this deck is generally looking for are going to be other aggressive decks. We can still lose to Burn, but those matches can be very close. Another consideration is Kindly. We do not have Kindly Tavern Keeper in this list, although it's pretty reasonable if there's a lot of Burn. This matchup, I have no idea how this one goes. Sometimes they're deep on turn 5. Sometimes they struggle and they don't hit their enablers, and we can get ahead of them. We'll keep the 1/3 drop here. I played this deck about 10 times in the last couple days. I haven't hit Omen Hawk on the opening once. Lucky. So we're hoping no Toad or Dredgers here. We can get a 5 in.
Secure the kill.
About what we expected. Since they can't really put pressure on us with creatures at this stage, I'm not worried about their attack.
Blood and guts, golden glory. Sell into him. Better than eating.
Nothing we could have done about that play.
For the hand. Danger paid.
For glory. Face me.
See if they have a Vile Feast. And again, that's just a really lucky draw for them to have 2 Jowl Hunters in a row against our deck of Big Fat Boys. That is generally how things go for us on this show. We also have our second Culling Strike in a matchup where it does not matter.
The trap is set.
And get our Yetis moving here.
These isles will be cleansed.
Okay. Gonna take a pause on our Yeti play.
I'm sorry.
Cut him down.
He has had a steady supply of shit to put in my way, which is pretty irritating. Starting to feel like this is just a bad matchup, huh?
Behind you, a Yeti! Yetis? There's no such thing.
The War Mother will unite us all.
We don't really have options here to play around stuff like Ruination, so we're just going all in here. All three of his, he got all 3 of his toads, which is really only good against us. Because of course he did.
Barbarosans, stand together.
You gotta believe me!
And now we're out of cards. Next turn is probably Nautilus into 1,000,000 sea creatures. And then we lose. Note also we did not draw Ash or Sejuani. Now you understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about variance in this game. Matchup Roulette gave us a matchup that was extremely unfavorable. There's nothing we could do to improve our odds or improve our result. You got to see our play pattern in depth, and if there was a play you would have made differently, and you think it would have ended in a different result, please feel free to leave that information in the comments below. Could have Withering Whale here. Another Devour, sure.
Can't be.
Don't care if he has Jettison. Yep. Our opponent's pretty transparent with that play there. Now we get Ash, but it's too late. They block the 6 and the 5, and they take lethal unless they have Withering Whale or Vile. Blocking the 1 toughness creature tells me they don't have Withering Whale, and they don't have Vile. Nice lucky victory for us there. That definitely did not seem like one I should have won. Generally, even the most unfavorable matchups, you have like a 20% chance to win. It's just extremely disheartening to continue to play and get matched up in matchups where you're extremely unfavored, because more times than not you're going to lose, and you're going to lose in ways that feel really uninteractive. I know. I'm a negative Nelly. Yeah. That cuts deep. Cuts deep, folks. Hey, it's another bad matchup. Remember at the start of this how I described the bad matchups for this deck? Control decks that wipe everything out. Here's one of them. We're on odds. Keep one of the threes, I guess. Okay, that's a weird one.
I need just a moment.
If I was to try to play until I get an Omen Hawk, I would be playing forever, folks. I hope you understand that. Either he's baiting me or he has no way to stop me hitting him from 5. So we're going to hit him for 5. Oh, okay. That was the right thing to do.
Spilled paint is just accidental art.
For the hand!
Like this. All the world.
Kind of hope he plays Trendle now, because this would make it do nothing.
Leave your bags at the door.
Okay, just gonna open swing here. Remember, this is a deck full of removal.
You're mine.
Like, just board wipes for days. So,
Hold still.
we're open attacking as often as we can. Harsh Winds. I don't think Harsh Winds is normally in this build. I think we'll just play the Babbling Beard. It plays slightly around Avalanche. This was not a good hit, though.
Come on in. Carve a path.
Playing the 4 toughness creature.
And here's where I'd paint my constellation.
Yeah, I think we're going to open on Reckoning next turn. He could have Icequake to follow up, which would suck, but this is bad. This is very bad. Oh, no Icequake. Sometimes they just don't have it.
Now begins a new era of peace.
Sometimes they just don't have it, folks. Alright. Would be nice to get the aggro matchup that we're looking for. I don't know what this is exactly. It could just be GP Senge and they put Misfortune in because they're missing one. That's what I feel like it's probably. Oh boy. We got a deck that's going to be full of deal ones. So I think we're going to bag the Seeker. That's good, something beefy. Hey, we got an Omen Hawk on one. We're doing it, folks. And they didn't have a parlay. Or they did, and they're now thinking about it. Huh. I just threw you away. Okay.
Victory requires a sharp blade. I'll cut them apart.
Does a good hit.
Looking for trouble? It found you.
For the hand!
Disarm.
Normally this would be a
Best way
Yordle
to the
Grifter
heart
turn.
is between the ribs.
Bjerg or freeze the one? Yeah, it's got to be using my mana as efficiently as possible. This also gives us a good block for
You
Misfortune.
won't feel it at first.
Treasures of the ages
Interesting.
for a price.
So it's a nab variation. We have Ash here. Wow, we actually have a really stacked hand. I think we have to play Ash.
I will unite the Freljord.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
Now, if these both have the same... Oh, this costs more, so it's going to freeze... She's going to freeze that, right?
Atrocians, stand together
Yeah, okay.
for glory. Face me.
And since we have two Ashes, I don't really care if they block it with Misfortune. They could block it with the Black Market Merchant and have them make it rain and hope to get lucky.
Hold it, sweetheart.
We are pushing a lot of damage. I will be pretty happy if Ash survives here because that leaves our Flash Freeze up. Okay. That could have been worse. Decimate most of their board, keep ours. This is the sort of matchup that we're looking for. Other creature strategies where we're just bigger.
You own what you take.
So now we're probably just going to Harsh Winds to try to level up Ash a little faster. We could also Ice Veil this. Yeah. I think Harsh Winds is the play.
And fight.
Oh, he's only swinging with one?
The time is right. Strike now.
In that case... I should have Harsh Wind it. Oh no, then I wouldn't add mana for that anyway. If I play this and then open on Harsh Winds, Ash levels? Is that good?
A chill in the air.
that may be lethal. I haven't played this deck in a while. It is a burst speed. Does seem like a decent play, right? We freeze. Ash attacks, freezes this. Seems like it works. Guess we're about to find out. I think we're getting roped. He thinks we're getting roped.
Avarosa, guide me! Swiftly now. I'll cut them apart.
Guess who can't block? Anyone? Even if he has 2 Fury of the North here, he's dead. Cool. That is the matchup we're looking for. More than anything else, that's the matchup we're looking for. Other aggressive decks. Versus Indoor, we have freezes, we have Culling Strike to go with our freezes, we have Harsh Winds to stop the throw from They That Endure. I think I had a single Flash Freeze in here at one point, and I cut it for something. I think I cut it for the third Troll Chant. Honestly, it might be better to have a 1-of Flash Freeze in here too, just for the Indoor matchup. Because being able to freeze them in response to the throw, all we have to do that is Harsh Winds. It's a 2-of. Not really good enough. But you don't see Indoor that much these days. So we're going to keep it short because we did well, and I don't want to jinx it. This has been Frostbite and my thoughts on a best-of-1 format. If you disagree with me, I'd love to know the details of why and how. Please let me know in the comments below your thoughts on it so we can have a talk about it. Otherwise, if you've enjoyed watching me play this game and watching how I think about it, and you agree with some of my opinions about the game, I'd love a little support. Please feel free to like, subscribe, dislike, say hello, tell your car mechanic, tell your pediatrician, tell your orthodontist about this show. And don't forget, every show, well, not every show, most shows come with a cat. Bonus cat. It's bonus content. Free bonus content right there. Right, Sushi? Yeah, I said your name. Hi. Hi. Oh, and there's Tofu. Tofu is also here. Tofu is also bonus content. What's up? Oh. Say hi, Tofu. Yeah, there's a camera. Normal cats don't do this. My cat's not normal. Aren't you? I've been Gravity Guru for NSFW Runeterra. I will see you. Boom. Later. Thanks for hanging out.